started 2 years ago, so everything here is only 2 years old. It was all planted at the same time. The importance of this was a salt plain. The soil was that degraded, you could see white all over the top of the soil. We let the grass grow first, then we've been planting the systems in between, trying to put as much as we can in. It needs a lot more because as we prune, we cover everything. But down in the soil here, you can go down some way, but there is still sunlight accessing some of the soil. But as you dig down, the moisture and the microbes, if I can get some of this soil up now, that's now the change that we have in soil. We've got beautiful black humus developing, the soil is developing, the moisture level is still there. This area has not been watered for 1.5 years now.
So Tolga's been through a drought in that time. So
yeah, and the system's held up even in the drought, because what happens throughout drought, when you've got no coverage on your soils get exposed, the microbes and that you have gone and put out there. What's the quickest way to kill them? What's the quickest way to kill anything is expose it to sunlight, especially microbes. Put stuff out in the sun and it'll kill all the bacteria and microbes. That's why it's important to have covered soils. But you need enough in a system to be able to prune and cover every part of that soil. There shouldn't be any bare soil, no bare soil anywhere on your property. So that's why the importance of grasses. They feed down, we prune the trees, we feed it down, we prune the bananas, we put them down on there. And this still doesn't even have enough. This should be totally covered. I should have at least 10 times the amount of plants in here, if not more.
And how would you do that?
By adding other smaller crops. Now you can either, as a farmer, you can add cover crops if you're not wanting to harvest them. There is already turmeric, cassava, bananas, avocados, eucalyptus, pawpaws, and it's all by the different rates of sunlight that it's requiring, every different plant. You can bulk plant. Ernst talks about hundreds of trees per square metre of plants within a square metre radius. That should be. Look at a native forest, the older of the forest. There's hundreds and hundreds of species in just a tiny little area. That's how our agricultural land should be.
All different things, all thriving together.
All thriving together. Nothing is stressing. So thereby we do not get diseases because of biodiversity.
Yeah, and no inputs.
Yeah. And
except for nature, sun and water.
Who brings inputs into a rainforest? And yet the soils are the richest soils that we know of.
And they're not even so deep. They're just fully functional and fully alive. Yeah.
And even some of the recent research from covering soils, you can keep your ground cool enough. Groundwater sits at 3 degrees Celsius. So if you can keep your ground cool enough by trees and covering it, your groundwater table is going to sit up. You're not going to drop out on your groundwater table. Because groundwater mitigates between wherever the temperature is.
And so that's something that happened for you guys during the drought. There was a lot of people putting deeper bores in around here, wasn't it? But you didn't...
We didn't, no. And I had farmers over the fence going at me, going, "You've got green grass, you've got everything green. Where are you getting your water from?" I said, "I have not got any water. I'm no different than you. We do not have any water. There's no water left." But I said the system actually, like a forest, you walk into a forest even in the heat of summer, you can feel the moisture in the systems. So the system actually holds the moisture in itself. But as the ground is covered more and more and you can't get sunlight down on the ground, then the water table is going to sit up.
Amazing, beautiful, and very, very practical.
Very, very productive systems. I cannot find more productive system anywhere yet in the world than these kinds of systems.
Yeah, wonderful.
And the management that goes with them, and the succession, the importance of doing it right, makes it ridiculously profitable. You've got so many diverse things happening all in one space, and so say if the price of turmeric went down to next to nothing, I'm not affected because I have bananas, I have papayas, I have avocados, or any other crop that's in there, that I'm more resilient as a grower now.
And so those avocados, they're in, everything is in monoculture spacing.
Yeah.
So every single thing.
Everything is the same as monoculture, but it's all spaced according to the light requirements of the plant.
Brilliant. Yeah,
So
like a
nobody's
forest.
getting stressed.
Yeah. Beautiful.